I need to go roll my d20s. Go, go, guys, go. It is time.
After the ad break.
Nerds. Stuck in ad breaks. That's a poor man's problem. I'm ad-free, baby.
I just don't
Oh, I
like giving
figured out what's
Daddy
missing.
Guzzo's money. I'd rather give Lucy money.
I mean, that's valid.
Yeah. I figured out what's missing. The sound isn't playing. It's stuck on 13 seconds. Me trying to figure out what's wrong. 0 sound. Neither of the two that uploaded got flagged, so the music that you've selected is good.
Excellent. YouTube.com/LLucia01. Go watch the VODs.
I also have
But
other
I
things
was
that-
there.
Were you?
But if you fall asleep in the middle and have a little snoozy, then you know where they are if you need to catch up. Or if
I
you're like
feel
me and you
called
never
out.
write anything down, and you're like, what the fuck did I name this NPC?
It also has the 3 episodes for everybody. So the Jingle, Boris, Lena, Jackson, and mine and yours, Claire's.
The other thing is now I can't just make shit up
Yeah.
and like Mandela effect NPCs and things, because it's just like, oh yeah, his name was totally like Aaron. It wasn't Aaron. I don't know what you're talking about. Now there's video evidence of it being Aaron.
Wow.
Yeah.
Druk actively trying to gaslight.
Oh yeah, always.
That's normal. Smooth, where have you been?
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
100%.
Girl. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Druk wears a pair of heels real good.
So, yes.
Oh, not right now.
I own
Not
a
right
pair
now.
of heels.
That were Druk's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blue has a pair of flats that are like, oh yeah, I didn't buy these.
There was a thing that happened a little while ago that I keep thinking about and it makes me giggle. We were having like, I didn't want to cook night, so we went over to the grocery store and I was just like, yeah, just like get whatever you want. I'll heat it up. Or like, he picks up a pie and mutters to himself, girl dinner.
Oh, it was a pumpkin pie.
It was a pumpkin
I'm like,
pie.
I could just eat this whole
I
pumpkin
love
pie
that.
for dinner.
Yeah, and then he walks down the stairs and I go, what do you have? And he goes, girl dinner.
Like, what are you gonna have for dinner? Half of a pumpkin pie. Yeah. That's gonna be my dinner.
Seems legit.
Oh no, that doesn't. Hold on, I gotta roll for D20 for Enodia.
Mark getting the ones out of the way before we start playing,
That's
gentle.
worse.
It's big
That's
brain.
worse.
I'm feeling very 13 today, so let's see.
Oh my god.
Welcome in, Druk.
15, alright.
I got 8, and Flurry also got 8.
Yeah. Claire's, congratulations on getting first. Smooth, congratulations on stealing first. Or maybe you didn't steal first, and you're just not first. Oh, that's not the right one. There we go, we're gonna pop over here. Let's see, what did everybody get? So I rolled an 8, and then Gentle rolled a 1. And then Smooth got a 14. And then Enodia rolled a 4. And then Claire's got an 8, Flurry got an 8. Druk got a 15. Blue got a 15. Lena got an 11. Lemon got a 14. Boris hasn't rolled. And Jingle hasn't rolled. Just saying, you get doubled up. There's Boris. An 18. That's so good.
The best boar. Also, Rywick asked who's
Hey!
Ganon.
Fucking right.
Oh yeah. Ganon
Classic jingle.
is Drook.
No,
No?
no Ganon. That's Boris.
Oh.
Boris is Ganon flavored.
I don't. Oh, is this like a Zelda thing that I don't understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Boris is stylized after Ganon because Jingle and the other goblins are stylized after the bogoblins from Zelda.
Yep.
Okay. I see. Okay, well, I have a lovely D&D cast. Why did that not work? D&D. Because I put a space. There we go. If you want to check everybody out, there they are. Make sure that you follow all of these lovely people, because regardless of not of whether they stream, they're always doing something with somebody. Somewhere.
I might be streaming more though because
Hey,
I got a
yeah, you got
PC.
your new computer.
Yeah, my new PC. It's a new old PC my grandma was getting rid of. So I'm actually on it right now, and I'm so happy because it's working so well.
I love that. If you want to learn more
Yay.
about our fantastical world here, make sure you check out the D&D wiki from Lenoki, our lovely what's the word I'm looking for?
Master of Tome.
Like the people that are in charge of like super libraries. Our
Archivist.
masterful record keeper? Yeah, there we go. And our lovely artist as well did all of our portraits here. And then D&D.
Call her
remind-
Gutenberg the way she's an entire library or something.
Oh, look at that. Put the D&D reminder out there as well. All right. Those things will no longer work. Hi, how's it going, everybody? Do we want to do?
Excellent.
Do you want? Here's your like 5-minute reminder. Let's see how long it takes me to go through all of this. If you want to quickly go grab like a snack or a drink, before we go through the recap. Drook, are you ready for today?
You kind of did that out of order. You're supposed to say, here's your 5-minute warning
Oh,
ahead of the
no.
stream start, and then you get your wiggles and your shakes out, get your snacks, and go to the washroom.
Oh,
Because
no.
then, by the time they do all that, they come back, then it's recap time. Not
Nah, they
when
don't.
you do all the stream stuff, it's time to get all your wiggles and shakes
Nah.
out and get your drinkies and snackies
It's
and
fine.
such.
I'm sure it's fine. There'll be plenty of time. There'll be plenty of time in our rest day.
I'm sure
okay.
it's also the same 7 people that we always have in here.
Yeah.
The wonderful people.
Let's see who I can call out. Hold on, mix it up.
Oh,
We got Blue, Drook, Lemon. Kenny's here. Kenny, are you lurking? You didn't say anything? Rywick, Smooth,
Hey,
Gentle.
lurkers are valid. Let them lurk. It's fine.
Lurkers are valid, 100%. I will call you out if I see you here, though, Kenny. You have to come visit more. It's so rude. You always end up going when I'm not working.
Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah. We are playing D&D in the wonderful world of no longer
Ghosts of
Wizards of the
Saltmarsh.
Coast approved Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
What? Try,
We're in
try
the
that again.
expanded Saltmarsh, Electric Boogaloo.
We've expanded upon and created a world after the devastation and ruin that we some people might have brought upon the area, but not any of us. No, certainly not.
I don't know. Totally different people. Those were heroes. You're
Rude.
adventurers, you know?
I came out here to have a good time.
Oh, you came to the wrong place.
What do you mean? There was no.
Oh,
I don't
I'm
see any
having a
record of
great
flurry.
time. Not everybody that I control is having a great time, but I'm having a lovely time.
I see absolutely no record of a flurry. No flurry in those combats. There's nothing to say
Well.
that Anodia is the one that gave you a name, but you know, it is what it is.
The time has come.
Yeah.
Let's lock in and
Mhm.
remember where we are. So who remembers what happened last week?
Well, I have the lovely Claris's notes, so I'm going to go through the recap today, I guess. So when we got back into episode last week, it was the beginning of the combat. So like the Dryad tried to get us. Jingle spotted the movement in the bushes from Flurry trying to escape and went to go start hacking at it. But the Dryad was like, hey, no, that's my food, and went after them. And Flurry and Boris absolutely kicked shit out of that guy. Enodia did some damage too, though. I want to point that out. She did do a little bit of damage, but yeah, no, they got absolutely curb stomped. They curb stomped the Dryad. Flurry and Carlin, who is Enodia's dad, were released. From the brambles that they were being held in. And then Lena and Enodia healed them back up because the episode beforehand we had run into the Crimson Bride, who Enodia gave information about that to her father, being like, hey, Crimson Bride's out, we need to get the heck out of here and we can't go that way. While that was going on in the background, Jackson and was going through the body of the Dryad and found something interesting and stuck it in their pocket. But nobody else noticed that at all. Nope, not a single person. maybe Lena. Lena might have noticed. Once everyone was prepared to leave, Flurry equipped their ghost lantern so that everybody else could see, and they had to go through the memory fields. Which, TLDR, memory fields have bubbles, and if they pop, you get sucked into a bad memory, or a good memory, or a memory of another person in your party. Nobody knows, not specifically. On the way to the memory field, they realized that we were being followed by Kier. As Flurry was attempting to go and confront Kier and be like, hey, leave these people alone, essentially, forgot that they had the lantern equipped, and then Boris couldn't see and ran straight into a bubble. Oh right, I dropped a token too. I dropped a token to see the tail, and he could touch the token, and it felt like he was touching the strand of hair. And he is Kier. Kier is he. It was really creepy, and not how that's supposed to work. Anyway, the first memory that ensnared us from the accidental oopsies of Boris not having dark vision and was a deep bone-crushing sadness, a pale blue tiefling infant being surrendered to an orphanage. Lena recognizes her brother and mother, herself as the tiefling child. Later, it flashes to herself at the height of a war, and she's having breakfast with her brothers, and her brothers in arms. In the twisted memory, in the background that's not mentioned, you can see a familiar pale face in the background. It's an image. It's too late to dodge an attack, and I think your brother Lena took the blow, sacrificing himself to save you. And then it flashes over to a different memory. The next is a Fey theater. Restraints are holding Flurry, or somebody who looks like Flurry but might not be Flurry but maybe is Flurry, as they struggle in their chair. And Ulch, which is the reason why it flashed over to that person. They once called them a brother in arms, brothers in battle, being absolutely brutalizing Hustler over and over and over. Emotions dialed all the way up, and then it flashes again, the death of a family, over to Jingle. Big bullies taking away your friend, but instead of breaking, it hardens you. It gives you a resolve, no giving in. You got your buddy, you're gonna find the guys that killed Boris's dad, and the resolve breaks the chain of what are they called? Memories? Memories. I'm not having good words today, guys. This isn't the best thing to be doing.
No, that's okay. You're getting most
Hey,
of
words
it.
are hard
getting mo-
sometimes.
I'm getting most of it. Flurry begins to retrace the steps after the memories subside to the edge of the field, where you encounter Kier, who is waiting there, but he's not looking for you for once. He's trying to get to Enodia. And you're an obstacle, and as such, proceeds to be an obstacle. You like being an obstacle. You like pissing off Kier. You're going to continue to do so as long as those times shall live. The last time they saw Kier, they were so interested in somebody like this. It turned out to be Ami, their grandniece. A telepathic fluttering against their mind. The Crimson Bride behind you asks, "Have you seen him?" And you respond, asking who, but there's no response. They ask again, "Have you seen him?" Kier's ear twitches as you speak aloud. "Have you seen who?" And they say, "Have you seen him, brother?" Kier, almost imperceptibly annoyed, speaks again. Kier? Though annoyed, Kier turns and leaves. They just leave. He doesn't want to deal with his sister. So he leaves. They dealt with that in the moment, and knowing they have a limited amount of time to get out of the Dreadwoods, you get out, and you make feet for Saltmarsh, using an alternative route through the woods that doesn't involve the rest of the memory fields. Everybody else gets through the memory fields, and Enodia sends an SOS to help with their dad, who's unresponsive after losing their minds for the memories. We start making towards Saltmarsh and awaiting for help along the way. The druids come and usher them in, getting everyone to the Druid Grove for healing and respite. And that's where we left off.
Nice.
Yay! Did I forget
Minor
anything?
correction.
Minor correction? Okay.
You said it was Flurry and Boris. It was Jingle and Boris.
Jingle and Boris, yes.
Absolutely saladed that Dryad man. It
Yeah.
was.
It was because of Flurry that they were in the area, is what I had intended to say. Yeah.
I mean, God, that must have been hard to watch. Just seeing someone scoop out another salad man's innards and just throwing it around with a fork. My goodness.
Fantastic.
It wasn't a tiefling baby though.
That's what the note says.
Or it was
I
a
may have been
changeling
incorrect.
baby.
Oh.
The alabaster white skin, and that is a sign of a changeling rather than a tiefling. But it was the tiefling mom who answered the door, so that's probably where the blur came from. I don't think it was explicitly stated it was a changeling, but the paper white skin would be the indicator. And Lena knew who it was because that was the same brother. So yeah, we witnessed something strange, and then that linked into Lena's memory, which bled into Flurry's memory, which bled into Jingle's memory, and it was with Jingle's resolve that the chain of events had ceased. But it was good.
Yeah. I did it, guys.
You did it. You
one part of the notes.
You have your session inspiration for everyone.
Yay.
Huzzah!
I also love that nobody used their rerolls during the memory field, and we just rolled with the bad rolls. I was like, yes, let's do it.
Good story. I can't fuck up the story.
Sometimes you just gotta live with the bad rolls.
Yeah, how are we supposed to learn stuff?
I mean, I'm here for it. I wanna go through all the things. I'm glad it broke with Jingle because I had mentally prepared up to Jingle, and then after that, I'm like, we're just gonna ad lib and figure it out. But I had those connections all sort of planned, and then it would just be like, I think from there it would probably have to like bleed into Jackson, but it's like those connections were like my thought path had stopped the jingle from my preparations, so I'm glad I didn't have to make something up on the spot. So, thank you for rolling really well, Blue.
Is there a way to add a little blip blop for us to have for session inspiration?
Not on the new sheets currently. I would have liked to be able to enable hero points on the sheets, but because they're still in super beta,
Gotcha.
you can mark inspiration, but you can't mark two sources of inspiration.
Well, because do I have double inspiration?
I don't know.
I mean, you should, because
I did the
Drew
recap.
gave me one for 2 sessions and then the one for the session.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have two because you did the recap, but nobody. I don't think anybody has like DM inspiration yet, or like the heroic inspiration. I don't remember any nominees from before.
I think Lemon still has his DM inspiration from last week. Does that work?
Yes.
No, it's 2 session inspirations.
Oh, okay.
They still go away. So Lemon only has one for this week.
Yeah.
Yep. That brings us into the events of right now. Semi-separated but heading in the same trajectory. You see the druids kind of return to the aid, answering the signal flare. The very chatty owl elf has returned with the basket, loading Carlin up, being the one that can't move themselves in this moment. He is essentially airlifted away. Anodia being taken by the druids to seek aid for somebody that has received emotional or mental distress from the Dreadwoods, usually needing rest and recuperation, but when you reach a certain stage, some assistance through medical care can aid in that recovery time, depending on what sort of damage is dealt. Many of you are left to sort of still walk. You're able-bodied, but heading back through the path. Some of the one of the druids that are left over, kind of hasten your walking. Something akin to like a druidic glide. While your steps feel lighter and you seem to move faster in accompaniment of this druid. But there's not a Fen doesn't return to fly back. It's another elven druid that's with you that has sort of been dropped off from the other druid things going on, and it being early morning. Immediate aid is rendered, but you are intercepted by a number of scouts and stuff that help you carry packs and get you into town. Kind of regimented, but in sort of a loose capacity through these druids. They're not really militaristic by any stretch. It's more, a lot of scouts and rangers and people that are more in tune with the nature, that sort of thing. You head your back into town, and I think the question is destinations. Many of you reside in the Adventurers Hall. Is there anywhere specific people are going? Or are you just going back to your residences?
Mina's going right back home.
I'm getting breakfast.
Flurry doesn't normally sleep inside a town, but knows that there's probably an accessible bed at the Adventurers Hall, and will make their way there. I need a nap or a sleep, probably a sleep.
Boris is clomping with Jingle on his back with Flurry, because Flurry promised eggs and fish and whatnot. So,
how early in the morning is it?
I would say at this point it's like for Jackson business, like wrapping up and closing for the day.
But are other businesses open yet?
Yeah, they're starting to. I would say they're starting to open now. The fishermen have just basically left the dock to go do their early morning fishing on the lake. So like akin to like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. So shops are opening or should be open, like just about opening their doors as you roll into town.
I would like to go to Igor. Check in with my good friend Igor because I have like this talisman, and I'm like, yo, my man Igor, he might know something about it.
Perfect. All right, so we're starting with you, heading through town. You're also coming from the northern side, so passing through Igor's on the way to Paradise Island. It makes sense. It's all on the path. You swing the doors open, and you can see like the door is unlocked, and there's like low lights. When you open the door, the magical light sort of rays for a moment, flicking through a kind of curtain that's separating the back door. Igor, with his brilliant, fiery hair, looks at you and says, "Oh, Jackson, my friend! Come, come, come. What brings
Igor,
you
my
here so
man,
early?"
how are you doing? Good morning. And we're doing our secret handshake.
Secret merchant handshake.
Yeah,
What does it look
exactly,
like?
exactly. We're shaking hands. Then we are going up. We are saluting each other, and then we're doing a fist bump.
Very dramatically fist bumping you.
Yeah.
How is business, my friend? How? Tell me about your presentation.
Business is booming, Igor. You know that. You've been there. You saw it. It's good to see you, my friend. I meant to bring you a rare whiskey from a exotic land far away called Ireland. But alas, let's say I haven't been home yet. So I came to you to actually ask you for a favor.
Oh, favors between friends. No problem, Jax. No problem. Come show me. Come, come. And he like just kind of walks behind his little counter and kind of like maybe not in a very like dramatic fashion. Kind of like pushes out on the drawers, and you see like a little like step up comes into play when shorter folks are around, so they can kind of be at eye level while he sits down at the counter. So you guys are like on a level playing field with this little table in between you, like the checkout counter, basically.
I'm like basically following him. I also like look around, making sure that not like a regular customer is joining us or coming in immediately. And then I turn to Igor again. Look, my friend, I was like on a little adventure last night. Let's put it this way, and I stumbled upon a little something, and I thought maybe you can help me with that. I know it's got some kind of magic to it, but I cannot figure it out exactly. And I was like, Igor, he knows stuff like that. He's like the expert. And like I'm showing him the talisman.
You put it out, and you can see a big grin on his face. He's like, "Oh, Jackson, my friend, flattery will get you everywhere. Let's see, let's see. You can see kind of from under the counter, he pulls out like a little rolled up leather satchel of some sort and kind of fans it out. And as it rolls out, you see there are various sort of tools and things that are around. Takes out sort of like a like the jewel examiner's kind of magnifying glass, looks through it at the stone, kind of panning over. Takes a owl's feather that seems to be kind of wrapped around, and you see like a pearl that sort of dangles from it, and he runs the feather bristles over the stone. Um, just maybe he's making a show of it to be mystical, but it seems like he's giving it a thorough examination through physical and magical means. Now, this is a unique piece, my friend. And you came upon it through travels? He kind of like raises an eyebrow.
Let's say I took it from someone who doesn't need it anymore.
As all good things come, yes, friend, yes. If they don't need it, then it's up for grabs. Firm and
Exactly, Igor. You
nod
understand
headshake.
me.
Yeah. This is a strange one, my friend. I believe they call it an anchor heart.
Okay, can you tell me more about that? I've never heard of that before or seen something similar.
Well, you see here, my friend, and he kind of shows you through the magnifying glass. This stone here is not something that occurs in natural nature. This is something that is shaped during certain creation processes. Think of it like when you construct a golem, perhaps there's a process for it, right? This
Yeah.
is something similar, but druidic. You know, the nature folks. Something that would shape through not stone. This is a stone, but it is used to make in a imbue something of wood.
Okay, I see. Well,
Now,
Igor, you know my follow-up questions. Is it valuable? And is it dangerous?
this one, yes, very dangerous. So, normally, you place something like this in a grove, or you place something like this in your field, and the crops get stronger. Orchard, for example, you get cherry tree, you put on cherry tree is stronger, more powerful. But this one is opposite, my friend. You put this on tree, it die. It kills it very quickly. It is filled with malice. Now, maybe if you had like something that you wanted to kind of like walks around his shop for a second and pulls down like a quarterstaff, and he's like, this you use this, whack at your enemies, and you want them to die. This, in the right applications, maybe can be attached and then transfers that negative energy into whoever you whack at this with.
Oh, I see. And I'm like rubbing my chin with a little grin.
Now, handle this maybe carefully. In the right hands, this could be very good. In the wrong hands, much mischief. Killing trees, angering druids. It's probably best to keep it out of their groves. But maybe on something made of wood could imbue or transfer some properties.
Would it work with maybe like a bow?
As long as it's made of wood.
Okay, Igor. Well, thank you very much for your insight. Jackson, I'm bowing to him. I'm grabbing everything. I'm grabbing the talisman again, or the stone. Pocket it again, and I'm like, I appreciate your time, and thank you for helping me with this little thing. You know, you're always a welcome guest to Paradise Island. I let my staff know that the next dinner is on us, so I'm looking forward to see you there. And I'm slowly walking out.
Gives you kind of the same greeting or exit as he does. He kind of claps his hands and says, "I look forward to our next engagement. Until next time, I will leave your name on my mantle."
Enjoy your day, Igor. I hope business is booming for you.
To you as well, my friend. Have good rest.
Okay.
You are
And
very
I'm leaving the Emporium.
Mhm.
And making my way to Paradise Island then.
Following Jackson for a moment, heading to Paradise Island, you get to basically coming around the corner, seeing your establishment, sort of at this moment, the culmination of your life's work, leaving the horrors of the forest behind you for a moment. It is essentially bedtime. Your standard like wrap up the business for the day and start to head to rest. But it's in those moments when you're sort of approaching your front door. What about the forest, about the day's events, stands out to Jackson in his mind? What has left an impression through the various things that you've seen or taken back with you in this case?
Definitely. The what was the name? The Red Bride, the Crimson Corpse or something. Crimson Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jackson is still thinking about that encounter, about the things the Crimson Bride carried, and like if it was the right decision to just stand still and hold back.
Kind of thinking back to
What could have been, basically.
the Crimson Bride, what they had on them, what you have in your possession. It's nice. It's something that could defile or destroy wood, or could be used in a more offensive capacity. But there are treasures. Imagine if you had an unlimited budget, what Paradise Island could be.
Yeah,
Take
what would he, what we could, how we could use the budget to expand even further, bringing more exotic spices and food and liquor, but also the stone and the things that Igor basically said. That's also like one thing. Like now, in particular, after the chat. He is like his Jackson's thoughts are like racing around Igor's words, what the stone could be, like that it's very dangerous in the wrong hands, and that Jackson knows that he has to use it carefully. But he's also like very intrigued to put it to use.
kind of that bubbling inspiration in your mind. You head on through the doors. Paradise Island. You can
Paradise
see
Island, yeah.
most of your crew, your crew. You have like some of your employees around, the ones that stay at Paradise Island, the security that you keep there. But it looks like the patrons had been ushered out before you had arrived, kind of
Yeah.
keeping things a little bit quieter while you're away, not letting the dawdlers stay around too often. And you can see most of the people are like the entertainers and such have gone to their rooms. You would see Ruth is waiting for you as you come in through the
Ruth.
doors.
Good
Oh.
morning, my dear. How's it going? How was the business last night? Was everything all right? Did you stay out of trouble?
It was wonderful. Everyone was very understanding, but we did close up. We ushered them out after the last show because you were gone, and frankly, I was worried. So we just wanted to make sure everything was problem free when you came back to us.
Ruth, I knew I could trust you. Sorry for leaving you alone without a note. I was like, Anders basically asked me for a favor, so I had to leave quite in a hurry. But I'm glad you managed to keep the business going.
You gave us all the instructions, and things run more smoothly, and everything's much nicer when you're around. But we can manage if you have to go away.
Ruth, my dear, you have to say that. I'm blushing. Thank you for your kind words. And I'm like taking her hand and give her a little kiss on the back of her hand.
You see, she go, "Oh, mine!" Like, turns her head away. I have to ask: did you bring Ruth along with you, or is she a Salt Marsh native?
No, she is a Salt Marsh native. Everyone working for me in Paradise Island is like a Salt Marsh native. Yeah.
Perfect.
I brought no one. I hired all of them basically.
You can see she has on the counter a little tray. She kind of pulls a little towel off the top, and you see a little bit of steam brush up. I've kept a bowl of stew for you warm, just in case, and out from the cold.
Oh my god. I don't deserve you, Ruth. You are the best. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. This place is something magical, and I'm blessed to be a part of it.
We're doing our best. Now off with you, Ruth. You worked enough for today. I want you to go to bed, my dear. Also take the day off tomorrow. You've been a treasure. You've earned it. Obviously, you still get your pay.
Oh, well, we'll see. If I get lonely, then I'll just come by anyways. But I'll be a patron this time.
I would love to serve you.
Hey, dearie, have good sleep. She
You too, Ruth.
very slowly poddles off as she does.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm taking the stew. I'm going to like I have a little chat to all the other staff members who are still around, like asking them if everything is all right, if any of the patrons brought in trouble, stuff like that. And unless you are telling me there is some things we should talk about, I would go to to my office.
You check in with the rest of your staff. Bouncers didn't really have much of a trouble. Some folks were wondering why they couldn't stay a little bit longer, but just said told them that they just had to go today. Didn't want people hanging around too long. Didn't let anyone know you were missing. But there's nothing. It was a slightly better than normal day.
Excellent.
Traffic
Thank
was
you.
good, but nothing to report back.
Okay, thank you. Good decision. Thank you for the job, guys. Appreciate you.
In the quiet hours to the Paradise Island come, you head to your office, have a little food, and get
I
some
have a
rest.
little food. While I have the food, I like pull out the stone. I like twist it and turn it in my hand. Look at it, like very intrigued by it. And yeah, well, after I finish my food, I would put it away, like probably somewhere very safe, like in a safe or something like that. And I would go to bed. Get some sleep in.
Make sure you don't put it near anything wooden or organic.
Oh
Wrap
no,
it
no,
up
no.
nicely.
It's like a metal safe,
Mhm.
right? Does
Yeah,
those things
absolutely.
exist? I don't know.
They do. Metal lock boxes and that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Placed into the wall or the floor. Get some sleep. Oh. Heading back out into the greater salt marsh. You're not here. These guys aren't here. We send them to the void. Anodia, you're being
I'm at the
flown.
Grove. Yeah, I'm still at the Grove. I'm with my father in the quote-unquote infirmary area, I would assume.
Missing a person. Hang on.
Yeah, you gotta bring Flurry out to make eggs and toast, or eggs and fish, or something.
Flurry is sleeping. I said sometime. I did not say when we get back.
Well, you have an angry blue boar to tell that to.
And a chaotic little goblin. Dude, calm down.
Heading back, I'm going to then. Lena, you're walking back. There's a bit of a trail, as it were. You have Sir Boris and Jingle plodding beside you, and while even if there's not conversation, there's the ambient jingle jangle of Jingle in motion, and Boris that is plodding along the clicky clack of hooves. Mostly quiet for a while on the dirt road, but when it reaches more cobbles, the very clicky clack of hooves walking behind you. You turn the corner and seeing your place of rest, kind of weighing in the not necessarily physical strain, but being woken up in the middle of the night, uh, being stirred by your brother, and then seeing everything you saw, experiencing the woods for the first time. You had to, when you left your home in Oakhart, you had taken a ship to go around forest. And I think in this moment you realize why. The distance you would have had to have traveled to make it through to Salt Marsh, essentially from the northern side of the forest to the southern side of the forest. You knew it was dangerous, but this is the first time I think you've experienced that danger. That little step into the woods on the edge. You can only imagine how terrible it must be deeper in. What about the forest lingers with you as you approach your place of rest?
Just the memories that had been dug up that she has been trying to not think about for the longest time, and just reinforcing her fear of losing someone else again. And all she can think about right now is finding her two brothers and just making sure that they're okay and that nothing happened while she was gone.
You jog ahead a little bit, making your way into the hall. You see, you hear commotion before you see commotion. Seems
She's
like
gonna.
a dispute from the kitchen area.
If Alina wants to go and find her brother, she's gonna go check on that first. See what's going on there. See if that's one of them causing trouble or if it's something else.
There's 2 human men that are cooking or trying to cook right now, and your brother Algae is just standing on the little island behind them, saying, "No, who taught you how to cook? This has no life, no flavor in it. You need spices. Why are you here? You're cooking? You're doing it all wrong." You enter in and you can see the little kobold looks back at you and says, "Good, Lena, look, they're ruining my fish. We catch
She's
them,
just.
they sacrifice their lives so that we can eat them, and salt is all you put on the fish. You boil them in water. They live in water." He's just kind of
With
stamping and very passionate about how badly these men are cooking his fish.
Lena is gonna be a little teary-eyed and just run over and give him a big hug and just hold him for a minute.
"Hey, you know I'm right." And then you kind of squeeze him, and I'm gonna roll insight. Roll an 8. "You can't take me away from. Oh, hey, you all right?"
I am
Yeah.
just glad you're okay. Whew. And then she's gonna turn
I'm
and
not
chew
okay.
out the 2 humans for not cooking his fish right. She's gonna give them a piece of her mind. Be like, how dare you? You need to listen to my brother. He knows what he's talking about. Cook his food better, or we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah,
Understood?
respect the ingredients. You can see these guards are not chefs. They're not cooks. They were just doing what they were told. And being accosted by very colorful characters, they're just kind of like, with their hands up, like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, it's how my mom cooked them. I don't know."
Lena's
uh,
gonna look at them and be like, I'm sorry. I've had a very long night. Just learn to cook better. And she's
yeah.
gonna pick her brother up and walk upstairs with him under her arm.
Kind of squirms like he wants to go and like argue with them some more, but just kind of gives in. He can't escape your grip. All right, all right. I mean, it's early. I have to go to the docks today. But I like welcome back. Ben said something that you had to go somewhere, so he's sleeping right now. But
Okay.
yeah, do you want me to go get him up? I can go stomp on him.
No, let him sleep. I will fill him in when he wakes up. But I need you to promise me something.
Okay.
And you have to keep this promise. I don't care about anything else right now. Never, ever go into those woods. Never go into the Dreadwoods. I don't care who goes in there first or who you have to go save or if there is even a situation like that, do not go into those woods. Because
Okay.
I don't know if I can protect you from them. So please stay away from them.
You see, he gives you kind of a concerned look, but sees like you're a little rattled and frazzled. So okay, I mean, I hear the call of the ocean, so I'm not the one that needs to be told to stay out of the woods.
I know. I'm telling both of you this. You are both going to promise me this.
Okay. I mean, I promise I will never go into the Dreadwoods.
Thank
And
you.
he like holds his hands out, so he's like, I'm not crossing my fingers. He can see his
Good.
little he wiggles his toes, not crossing my toes.
Oh, and if you ever go to Jackson Paradise's establishment, behave yourself, and the first sign of trouble, you get the hell out of there.
Why did you
I
hear
still don't
something?
want you. I don't want you going there, but I know.
Oh,
But if you ever do find yourself there, either because you have gone, because you've gone, or because of something else, get out at the first sign of trouble. Do we have that understanding?
absolutely.
All right.
I mean, I've never set
That's
foot
not
in that
me.
place.
I know. At least I'm going to choose to believe that for the moment, because I know you two like to adventure around.
Hey, I've looked
But
in the windows, but that's not setting foot inside of it, okay?
good. She just felt a full mom on. she's extra mom mode right now because she's extra frazzled about everything. Oh, I feel her and her brothers have that understanding that she has had put the responsibility on herself to make sure that no one else in her family gets hurt. Oh, she's gonna look at Elegy and be like, I just love you, and I don't want anything to happen to you or anybody else in the family. So just please do your best to stay safe, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
No worries. I mean, it'll be all right. You get some rest. I'm gonna go to work. I
All right.
I sampled a lot of their food and it's bad, but you know, it's breakfast.
I'll make you something better later.
No, I'll make you something better later. He winks at you like,
My God. All right. Have a good day at work.
I'll catch something really cool and we'll eat it tonight.
Heck
All right.
yeah.
Sleep well. Bye. And then
Bye.
he starts to paddle down the stairs. Getting into your room. Is there anything that you need to complete before you go to rest?
No. She's good. She's good to rest at this point. She'll probably just peek in and check on Fen, make sure he's doing okay, and then just go and lay down.
It looks like he's bundled up, doing the night shift. It seems like he had probably gone to bed, maybe not that long ago, sometime in between you entering the forest. But he's in that deep rumbling snore that kind of echoes through the room when you have a half giant next to you.
Yeah, Lena's gonna go lie down and fall asleep listening to that, having it be an actually very soothing noise to her because she knows her brother is sleeping soundly and she's just gonna fall asleep.
For Jingle, after the forest, did you remount on Boris or did you walk alongside? What
I
was
remounted.
the
I'm
play?
not gonna walk all the way there.
You'd feel the sleepies start to chime in a little bit as you have the sort of comforting sway of Boris in the early
Yeah, and then
hours
my
of the
tummy
morning.
growls. Where's my fish?
Yeah. The only thing keeping you awake is like tummy grumbles,
Yep.
snackies that are due. You see Lena sort of charges ahead, and it's like, oh yeah, always in a rush, always trying to get somewhere. She's trying to steal your food. You divert Boris to go to the side entrance for the kitchen so that you can get there faster. And reaching your destination of refreshments, the nice scent of cooking fish and eggs and other morning sundries. You could pick out the weird porridge or oatmeal that gets prepared from the guards, and your prize awaits you. But what sticks with Jingle from the forest?
insatiable urge to go back because I really want to try those redbird eggs.
The mystery is too much.
It wasn't that bad. I don't know why everybody's always telling me that I can't go into the forest and I'm tapping Boris. Those birds look so tasty.
Boris is like nodding, but like kind of like a skeptical nod.
Like, sure, it's spooky, but we've seen worse.
Unreasonably, the denizen of the forest came to murder you, and you are unscathed and proceeded to rip it to shreds. Strip it to shreds. So, yeah. All right. The what other confections or delights might the woods hold? It's a place of secrets, so it must have delicious treasures for you.
We didn't even get a taste what the wood. Maybe it was like cinnamon. We don't know.
Your culinary mind set ablaze. You kind of jump off, get into the kitchen, and you can see kind of the aftermath as the little kobold is being pulled away from Lena, and the guards just look a little frazzled. But meals and delights have been prepared. Boris, as you kind of smush your body through the doorway, what about the woods stays with you?
The memories and seeing things through other people's perspectives was an awful time, and I never want that to happen again.
Kind of pushing back through to the culinary delights and some rest. Just trying to wiggle through the feelings and that perspective of seeing through other people's eyes. And you felt it as real as they felt it. And that means everybody else saw what happened and everything you've experienced. Jingle's doing pretty well. It's really nothing to be worried about. But if it's lingering with you, it's probably lingering with others, maybe. Try to push it out of your mind for a moment as it's feasting time. And you have a very insistent Jingle that's ready for the meal. As the two of you enter the space, the guards kind of go from one stressful interaction to possibly another. So you can see they look a little defensive and like, one of them kind of salutes as the other kind of, right, remembering their station. Adventurers, Jingle Boris, I hope it's to your liking. Some people disagree with our methods of cooking, but we've kept it warm. Kind of pulling out like from the little like wooden stove that's there, some smoky fish, and it looks like somebody, like one of the guards, tried their hand at doing like a fish bake pie. And it's like in the shape of a little fish with like fish inside. You can kind of have that scent to it. And there's some bowls of like porridge and stuff that are out on the table. It's kind of like a feast for two that is set up for you as they were instructed to from Anders.
I grin ear to ear. It smells like my auntie's cooking. Come. And then I start digging in with my weapon. I do know I'm probably still sticky. It does not matter.
Gives it that nice little acidic note.
Ooh, something for next time. Maybe we can drain it and bottle it and put it on the. Maybe lemonade?
It's got that pufferfish tingle to it.
Oh, I love that pufferfish tingle.
Happy as can be, feasting away. Before rest, is there anything else for Jingle or Boris?
I don't think so.
No, I think maybe like I'm gonna throw myself through the water, and then just go sneeze, snoo, 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 snoo.
Wash up a little bit, head to your
I do.
haystack.
Yeah, I'm a little sticky to go to the haystack.
Yeah, you were kind of all up in that man's business, so, makes sense. Wash up a little bit. And you did get, like, bubble slimed, which was kind of weird. The memory bubble thing burst on you. It's a little, like, soapy almost, and it's just like, be clean. Gotta be clean to go into the hay pile. The two of you find rest, and I think sometime after, maybe intentionally, maybe just due to the delay, as they had exited the forest sooner, and you had to divert. But Flurry, you begin to approach the Adventurer's Hall. There are rooms there. There's been some loose attempts to recruit you before. Not giving anyone that has any familiarity time to get more than a few words out before you begin to move along, trying to intentionally stay out of Saltmarsh. But you know that there is a very empty place that they have set up here. Not one that you're super familiar with, but you've definitely seen a few times from the outside the number of rooms that are there and the head count of the people that were left into the woods. There's plenty of space for you. But walking back through kind of familiar territory, what is on Flurry's mind? What has stayed with them through the day's events?
There is a strange sensation right now because Flurry is aware that it's familiar, but it's not. Saltmarsh has changed a lot. And Flurry knows, like, they know that they need rest. They're not having a good time. They've kind of maxed what they can do in the Dreadwoods for right now. And they need a safe place to sleep. And they're also coming to realize that things are getting more powerful and getting too much for them to handle alone. So it's partially exhaustion, partially just not doing good, and partially recognizing that they maybe need some allies that draws them to the guild. And they'll go in and see whoever's there and ask for a bed. Just for the day. I'm not committing to anything yet, but I'll ask for a bed.
I think when you roll in, there's some guards that are cleaning up from the kitchen. They look at your demeanor and equipment. Said, this one here kind of pulls a drawer out and grabbing a key. I think it's that room to the left. It might be the one on the right, but they're vacant and available. I'll let
Thanks.
the councilman, kind of like squints at you for a moment and it's like, are you an associate of Councilman Solmars?
Do I have any idea who that is?
You would, yes. You were on more of a first name basis. This councilman prefix is new. But you would know it's Anders.
I just kind of, yeah, sure.
Guard kind of squints a little bit and just like shrugs. Handing you the key.
You
There's a
ask,
weird.
what's her name? You can ask Lena about me if you need to.
All right. I know an adventurer when I see one. You. He wants to ask a question, but he's not sure. There's that
I'll,
look
like,
that you try to avoid.
I'll like pause for a second because I can see that he wants to ask a question.
You've seen this quite a bit, particularly in your travels through Salt Marsh. There's something familiar about you, and someone is trying to make that connection, but through the magic of your mask, it obscures a little bit. Your features are different. They're not quite the same. So anyone who would recognize you doesn't necessarily.
Like, there's a sense of familiarity, but not like you're like, oh, I know that person, but I have no idea who it is.
Mm-hmm. Or it's like, particularly because you're a Hadozi and Hadozis are pretty rare, but there have been Hadozis in Saltmarsh in the past. It's kind of like that, you can't assume all Hadozis know each other. That's just silly. But there's that little bit of like, you look like someone's brother. Kind
Right.
of, you get that sort of, like, the hesitation of asking about it. He's gonna settle on his answer, not the smoothest talker, but he says, do you know a sailor who used to dock around here? Rothan? Does that name ring any bells to you?
Never heard of him.
Okay. You looked a lot like him. I know he hasn't been around in a while, but he stops in every once in a while and asks about his kin, so just didn't know if there was a relation there or not. Anyways, yep, rest up. There's water basins and spot you can clean yourself up down the hallway there. It's either that room or that room. I don't remember which one is which, so.
Thanks.
Or not.
Flurry is kind of just giving like the 1,000-yard stare of like, it's neutral, but it's super awkward, and they have no idea that it's super awkward.
Like, there's a little bit of porridge left in the kitchen if you want it. It's over that way. You see the other guy just kind of like tugs his arm and is like, whoa, dude. Yeah, right. We gotta go. All right.
I'll head to my room.
You kind of close the door and you hear, what? I just wanted, like, just shut up, man. We gotta go. Peeling out, you hear kind of silence. The senses that you would pick up in this space of quiet. There's a low rumble that you can hear, some snoring from one of the doors further down. But in this space, you can see there's not really like a layer of dust, as it were, but you can tell this room has been stagnant for a while. Somebody will come through here probably like once a week to clean it up, just to like dust things and make sure everything's in order. But it gives you very much like hotel room that hasn't been used in a long time kind of vibes.
Gotcha. I'm asked for a bed, and I'm actually not going to go to the bed. I'm sleeping on the floor. fully dressed, quarterstaff in hand, and not even fully lying down. I'll like sit down against the wall facing the door. But I will
Sort of
pass
in
out.
that half prepared, ready to spring.
It's the most
Find
comfortable
rest.
sleep I've had in years at this point.
Yeah, this place has 4 walls.
And a roof.
Crazy. Yeah.
Wild.
A more prepared DM would show you a splash page of the Grove. But it occurs to me that I actually don't have one of those.
Yeah, they're
so
all on
we're
the
just
other
gonna
one,
go-
aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll just zoom in on the Grove. Bring Enodia down
Druid
here.
Grove. Enodia, you are with your father. His eyes are closed. Likely just because of sensory things, but you can feel his grip on your hand, and his hands are shaky right now. You would have seen this condition before, not from your father though, because he is very careful and very tenured member of the Keepers. I mean, this has been kind of his life the whole time you've known him. He's always demanded a modicum of respect, and has gone to. He's not like a leader in the organization as like the council members. A lot of the people that call the shots for the order are in Burl. There's like, but he's kind of the bigwig of your camp, as it were. The motions of the camp, the decisions of who goes out on raids, the training of new recruits. So he's an influential person in that respect, but not necessarily somebody that's too tied up in the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Not because he doesn't have a mind for it, but it is definitely one of those situations of I don't want to deal with your red tape and bullshit. I want to be there fighting alongside my men.
Yeah.
He wants to be in the thick of things.
And he definitely travels to like other camps to do training exercises and stuff like that, but it's more of an obligation to make sure that, because if one camp falls, it messes with everything else, kind of thing.
And it's definitely like he likes that you want to learn and do the busy work, because he just doesn't have the patience for it, or the capacity to sit still.
Yeah, if anything, him and Enodia are both on equal footing in terms of like authority in the campings, I would say. Because she does all of the administration, paperwork, stuff like that, and he does all of the like everything else essentially. Like she does the bureaucratic stuff. She talks to people. He goes along and talks to people as well, and he's honestly probably a little bit better at it just due to experience than she is. Like when talking with Anders and stuff like that, like he would do the talks with Anders, he would do the talks with the Grove people and getting everything set up in the area and stuff like that. But it, like, she would tag along learning the trade a little bit too and doing all of the necessary paperwork.
And you know he's always wanted to push you in that direction. He would be much happier if you never touched foot in the woods and actually saw a battle. It would be much better if you just if you were on the council, if you saw how things were run, and you knew how to help people or identify like the ailments that the woods can cause, but not ever have to experience them yourself. And you hear him, you see him in this moment, eyes closed, hands sort of trembling, kind of tight grip on your hand, and he is kind of groaning and speaking. You recognize the tongue, but it's not a language you really learned.
Yeah, nothing that was ever spoken to me specifically.
Nothing that you would have heard your father speak so much either, but you would recognize it as he uses some of the terms and phrases here and there, and you know that they're like it's a gnomish word, or it's something that like his family spoke, but not really something that was spoken as a family. Kind of like the the mother language being bilingual,
Mm-hmm.
and in this kind of vulnerable state, he just seems to be kind of talking to himself in Gnomish.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do the only thing I can think of, and I'm gonna start humming the lullaby that he used to hum to me as a small baby to try and put some comfort into the space. But while I'm holding his hand and doing that, I'm also keeping an eye on the sky. I'm assuming that I'm in a space with a room to the sky, because I'm still waiting to hear back from the keepers on everything to get him evac'd to a different area, a better quote unquote better facility, somewhere a little bit further from the woods that would help his recovery. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the letter as well about payment for the mission, because technically we went in before it was fully approved.
You among the druids, kind of their order is weirdly disorganized. While you're kind of watching, there seems to be a gap in leadership, would be sort of what you would identify right now. There are things that are still organized, but you can tell that someone, like, they're in their medicine storehouses, but there's more talking going on than action.
Yeah.
And you know that the previous times you've been in here, or like they brought the things that they needed with them, it was all very sort of clean, but the contacts that you know are missing here.
Yeah, I
The
would
stone
remember.
golem.
Yeah, I would remember Lena's brother. I don't remember which one it is.
Mhm.
He was saying something about the archdruid not being here, going somewhere. Something about schooling or something.
Mhm. And it seems like they're capable, but they're not confident without these figures, is what you would pick up on. There's a chain of command, but there's more debates and less action. Eventually, you would see a grung walk over. It's a sentient frogman, which might be one of the first time you've seen a grung. There's not a lot of them in the forest. But he kind of croaks up and says, I think we've consulted the tomes. Here is the mixtures that we have to help with the distress and to ease the effects of the woods. Sorry it took so long. We're our cataloging master is away at the moment. Of course, crisis comes when you least expect it. He kind of begins to brew a little tea, have some hot water brought over, asks you to kind of prop your father up, and you try to give him a little bit to drink. The aromatics of the tea seems to calm him a little bit. The shaking of the hands calms down, and while it's a lazy eye sort of pokes open to try to focus on the menial task at hand, but you just try to guide him through, breathing in some of those aromas, the mixtures of the herbs, and try to take a sip of this lukewarm now tea. As you wait for aid to come in, he seems to settle a little more, resting back. He holds your hand, and you hear in a very soft voice, he kind of whispers, he says, dear, you wouldn't believe it. She's so big now. She looks more like you every day. He closes his eyes again. trying to take a deep breath and sort of settles in for rest.
Enodia feels tears prick at her eyes and a chill because she's only ever heard her father mention her mother's name maybe 2 or 3 times in her entire life. And never anything so specific as to say that she looks like her. She's been told that she has traits of her mother every now and again. Like when it rains and she smells of peppermint, she said her father always would say that that was a trait she inherited from her mother's side of the family, but other than that, like, nothing ever so specific. It usually hurts him too much to speak of her.
It takes a while. You were displaced for some time, and I think I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw if you're gonna try to stay up the whole time.
I don't think she's gonna actually attempt to stay up the whole time, but she's gonna stay at his bedside. So she'll fall asleep holding his hand against the bed. So it won't be like a full restful sleep, but she does sleep. She does eventually nod out of consciousness, keeping an eye on her father in the skies, waiting for anything from her keepers, her people.
Rest sort of drifts in. There is some time that one of the druids kind of peeks through your eye, kind of sleepily opens through one blurry moment of rest, where some incense are put into your room, and some calmness kind of comes back over. Some time passes as rest reaches all of you. You can click the long rest button on your character sheets.
Even me?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So you're going to achieve your long rest.
Long rest. A long rest is a period, blah, blah, blah. Am I resetting temporary max hit point changes during this long rest?
You don't need to click those. You didn't lose anything from your max hit points.
Yeah, I have 3 little ticky boxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's if you're like afflicted by monsters that take your hit points away or something.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Do sanity points come back during long rest?
They do, and you can reduce your anguish level by 1.
How do I do that?
If you just have the condition on you, you can just click on your condition and delete it.
So if I'm stressed, it goes away completely?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
At least for our current story, it's
and
just
it's
going
the
to go.
green bar, that's our sanity, right?
Yeah, you just put it back up to full.
Is everybody?
There'll be some recovery time. I assume you're not immediately going to turn around and go back in. You're going to have some talks today, so I don't have to worry about rolling dice and stuff. For purposes, let's just reset it for now. It is later in the day that the first commotion comes to Enodia. You hear a knock on the shelter that you're in right now. Sort of a standalone cabin, as it was in sort of the central area of the grove. You have a good line of sight on the sky through the canopy of the grove, but also like the main sort of walk footpaths trails through the druid grove that are here. And it's there has been like commotion. There's been some people that have passed by the cabins. Just the one entrance to provide a little bit of incense. But this knock is the first disturbance that has kind of come to your ears.
She's not going to be leaving her father's side until he's in the care of people that she trusts. So she's just gonna say, "Enter."
Coming through the door, older human man, face marred like hamburger. You would recognize this as one of the banner knights of the keepers. He's got the tabard on with the symbol of the flame pact on it. The cupping hands on a flame with a bird flying above it. You recognize this man. He is Sir Eric of the Order. One of the more diligent knights. He runs his own squad that goes into the deep the deep excursions. I think you would know that he was on his way back when you guys were heading out.
Yeah.
So a number of hours has passed at this point if he's here now.
He brings me very much goodies a lot of the time in terms of like the books and ruins and stuff that he finds for Enodia. Eric, good to see you. Please come in.
It's good to see you. I heard some of what had happened. Kind of pulls a chair over to where your dad's resting. He kind of puts his hand on Carlin's, and
we lost 5 of them out there today.
Takes a deep breath. Are you all right?
Physically, I'm okay. Mentally, I'll be better. I wasn't in there long myself. My father, unfortunately, he has the sickness, as you see. He was captured by one of those tree fellows.
Yep. That's a rough time.
We also found Flurry out there, believe it or not. I swear, that het dozy is everywhere I go recently.
Raises an eyebrow. You don't say.
Yeah.
I thought they were working at the cliffs.
I thought I had heard the same thing through the rumor mill. I don't understand how they found their way so close back to the area. Strange things are happening, even stranger.
Well, give a debrief if you can. Usually this is his job, but kind of go through. Is there anything through the your entry to the woods to your re-entry to the woods? Is there anything that you obscure from your report?
I don't believe so, no. I talk about pretty much everything that occurred, including the Crimson Bride's return. Enodia is full head-on into, Keeper's contact right now. You don't hold things back that could get people killed. She tells them how they made it through mostly unscathed, and then glances at her father of the memory swamps, fields, whatever they were called. And she does not mention that they were being followed on the way out. That is the only thing, because she doesn't see it as important. Because nothing actually happened. According to her, she has not spoken with Flurry, who vanished.
Well, and I think you also you asked them to not be a stranger, meet back up, but nobody has come. So you also, I think there's probably that thought of you probably got ditched again, like they probably just left and did their
Yeah.
own thing, as Flurry
I mean,
tends
they
to,
still haven't
to
claimed the
do.
bounty. They still haven't claimed the bounty from the book incident, so
Yeah.
That was months ago.
Uh-huh.
months ago. Yeah.
um.
Did we receive any compensation for those that helped today, or shall I be paying that out of pocket? I understand that I did not necessarily follow protocol.
Well, that is it gives you a complicated look. Go ahead and roll me insight.
If I may. Insight. Am I rolling where it says skills, or am I rolling up out abilities?
It should be under skills.
Skills,
I think
okay.
the ability shows you
There
your
it is.
passive insight.
Cool.
17. 17.
Rolled an 11 plus 2 plus 4.
Yeah, you got a +6 to your roll. Pretty good, pretty good. Sir Eric is not a discreet man. He's very to the point most of the time. As your debrief goes down, you know, he listens sort of thoughtfully. He's not making notes in this moment, but you can tell, like, listening to the accounts of soldiers and scouts that have seen horrific things. And, you know, he does ask questions for clarification, to verify, like, did you actually see this? Was it a hallucination of the woods? Was it a misdirection or something else? You know, could the bride have been a manifestation of the trickster? As he's known to do this, but they were separate on different occasions. You didn't know that they were both in the area. What does it mean that they're both in the area? Like fundamentally, are they are somehow connected or working together? What does that mean for our troops? And we should pull them back. So there's a lot of that like intermediary discussion that sort of gets pulled aside.
I also pass off the 5 notices of death to him, since I'm going to be probably staying with my father for a little bit and not be able to make it back to camp, to compensate the families of those who have lost them, as well as pass on notice that they are no longer with us. I had time last night while I was sitting here, so I drafted these up for the brothers.
Your question about payment is a difficult one. You are the scribe master, and you are very used to calling for aid from our sisters and our brothers in other organizations, but they've all been part of the keep, part of the keepers themselves. What you have done is, it was necessary, but was not approved and was beyond your station.
Okay.
The matter of payment has been issued to the council. We had called in favors from a friend, invoking a pact of long ago service. It's a difficult matter, because while you are very familiar with the numbers of bounties and payments and calls of acquisitions, we have essentially provided them a blank request to be filled in on another date. They could ask for any amount of funds or sums or aid, and it may have to be rendered. The council is unhappy. This may be a personal matter to be solved between you and your father in this town.
I understand.
I will advocate. I understand the position that you're in, and I believe the decision you made was right. Carlin is important to the Keepers, and while the bureaucrats may not see it, you and I both know this to be true.
If they
Many
had
more
welcomed his knowledge,
young-
more people would have died. They would have known our patrol routes.
And frankly, many more unprepared men would die on their first adventures into the woods. The reason many of our veterans return and that we have such success through our camps is because of the training and diligence of this man.
It's okay. I can cover the bounty for the 4 people that came with me and helped. Have they come to take him to the facility for recuperation?
We brought wagons. It's you see, it kind of looks at him. It's too dangerous to move him in this state. Some recuperation here might be needed before we can make our way back to the camp. Has he said anything to you in the time he has left the woods?
He was hallucinating of my mother.
It's kind of a grim expression on his face.
Yeah. This man, Sir Eric, essentially watched me grow up. He knows. He's been with my father for years.
You see, with the conversation going on here, your dad has stirred a bit and kind of eyes open, very sleepily, like half open eyes, looks at the two of you in this space. He begins to speak again, but it's coming out as words you don't understand. Sir Eric kind of goes wide-eyed for a moment and ushers you a little closer. Kind of grabs his hand, and you hear this sort of floral-sounding language. For such a gruff man, this is kind of strange to hear from him. It sounds so joyous, this language. Certainly not something of common that, it's more about inflections and word choice. It takes inspiration from so many different dialects and things to construct that it's words. It's this strange hodgepodge, but hearing this gnomish language being spoken from your father, it's almost silly. The kind of delight that tingles your ears with his words, but it's so displaced from the absolute horror that's on Sir Eric's face. You're not sure what he's saying, but it has invoked a level of concern in Sir Eric that you can see in his body, in his form, that he has stiffened. What he is asking him or speaking to him about is incredibly uncomfortable. And this is a man that stares down werewolves on the daily.
Eric?
Eric replies in Gnomish to your father. He gestures towards you, and he's speaking in this other language back. It's a little rougher from Sir Eric. It still sounds funny and kind of awkward, like a weird inside joke between the two of them from the Gnomish language. But it is deathly serious from the expression on his face. There's a look of sort of panic on your father as he looks out at you, and then he closes his eyes again and kind of shuffles for a moment. Let's speak outside for a moment. And he just kind of gestures you to come outside.
I follow tentatively, and before I step outside, I'd take one more look back at my father. Does he look resting now, not as fitful?
You give me an insight check.
One. Oh.
He looks like he's in pain.
Okay.
He's in a lot of pain.
I follow Sir Eric out and I whisper that I'll be back for my father in a minute. I'm just gonna be right outside.
And he doesn't go far. He literally just closes the door and stands on the other side. He takes like a really deep breath. Oh. There's a pause.
I look at him almost like a little girl expecting some sort of explanation for the bizarrety that I've just witnessed. Eric, you know I do not speak the same languages as my father. He never taught me. I don't know what's happening.
I haven't spoken that language since you were born. I haven't heard him speak his mother tongue since you were born. He will remain here until such time we can move him. He is not in a place to be around others. I believe he may have experienced his first. I believe he's at his limit. And this is something that can take time to recuperate from. I believe it's unwise to reintroduce him back to the forest until he is better.
I would agree.
And that will be my recommendation.
I don't want him going back, not until we can certainly guarantee that he is fully better. Even then, I don't. I understand the necessity of him, but this could take at least a year, maybe 2, for him to fully recover from. We've seen this in others.
His fortitude, his recovery depends entirely on himself in this moment. I will be blunt with you. I have seen stronger men leave the Keepers from a state that is less severe than his. He is confused.
Eric, what did he say to you?
I need you to roll a persuasion check.
Okay, hold on. Persuasion. Oof, I'm not very persuasive. Eric, you're like an uncle to me. You've been there since I was born. This is my father that we're talking about.
There are things I've made many oaths in my life. Some to the Keepers, some to my men. I do not wish to break my oath to your father to tell you these things. He believed it was best that the past remain there in the past. I'm much better with a blade than with words. You're muted.
Perfect. There we go. Enodia steps forward and puts a hand on his arm. I understand. Okay. I wouldn't want to be the reason you break a promise. My father. Will you be staying long, or was this just a visit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, information, like a visit to gather the information of what happened, I don't remember. Is this just a visit to get the report, or will you be staying long?
I'll dwell for the day. I believe you can see his foot taps a little bit because in lieu of Carlin being active, he's the one that has to make the call for the camp. He's next up.
Yeah. If you need me for anything, I know that me and my father split duties, but with him being down, I'm not technically supposed to provide any assistance unless you give me direction to. I don't mind helping with the paperwork. You know I'm good at it.
You'll fill out the report. I will have to bring word. I think this moment, best thing we can do is follow protocol.
Okay.
You will fill out the paperwork. You'll make your report. I will pack the camp, and we'll return to Burrow.
Oh my. Okay.
In this moment, the best thing we can do is rely on the council and determine if he is to be temporarily replaced, if we are going to abandon our present objectives and reassess the capabilities of our camp, or if we are needed to support one of the sister sites. It is my charge to determine what should happen here and now. And it is my charge to you is that you will remain here. You will act in the interests of your father and work alongside these druids to see him recovered.
Okay.
As for the negotiations of payment to the individuals that had rescued him, I believe you should work with this council. Pay off your debts. If you can support them for the time of your father's recovery and prove that their aid has been compensated, it would be better if we can handle this ourselves rather than relying on funding or permission from the council. If he is to remain here, I think it's best if you work with them. If you can provide them with some sort of aid in whatever goals that they have, then you can return back unbesmirched by decisions, and I can go to the council and say the matter is sorted. I think that would work best. Then we don't have this bureaucracy trouble, and if your father needs you, then you are here in this place. We should not leave the druids. Even if we brought him to Burrow, I think his expulsion from the keepers would be immediate. And I believe he will recover. He just may need more time.
Enodia is just kind of like sadly nodding to herself. Okay. I'll have the report to you by the end of the day. Where are you staying so that I can send it? Are you staying here in the Grove or somewhere in town?
I'll head into town, and I will speak to the contacts the keepers have here to explain the situation. As of writing your reports, you will be relieved of active duty through the keepers. You will maintain all of the benefits that you had. We will continue to work with you should aid or information be required. Just understand that you are not acting under the authority of your father or our camp. You are using your own name and reputation from activities here on out. So as long as you act with dignity and respect, as I know you will and have, there should not be any issues. Just know that you are unguarded from the bureaucracy.
Okay.
So don't do anything that would make me disappointed. And he gives you like a half-hearted smile.
Lena, nope. Enodia chuckles in response to that. She's upset, but she knows better than to let it show. So she's just kind of nodding to herself, making plans in her head of what she can do in the meantime. She almost does like a bow, like a I understand, thank you, I'll do my duty kind of thing. Eric, could you do me one more favor? Her voice wavers. When you're packing up the camp, do you mind sending our things over? Rather than taking them with you?
Yes. I will issue a convoy to bring your tent and your father's possessions here.
Thank you.
Is this where you'll be remaining for your duration here?
As long as they shall keep me here, otherwise I might need to procure a place in town.
Just leave word with the druids if you do relocate.
Mm.
And we want to keep tabs on you.
Of course.
You're still a valued member, and I wish to see your station returned. This is a selfish decision that I have to make, but I believe it's the best to protect you and your father from further hardships. He gets conflicted again for a moment. He loves you very much. In the entirety that I've known him, he's cared more about you than anyone else in his life. And we've had many discussions on ways to dissuade you from following in his footsteps, but you're as stubborn as he was.
Well, I had to get something from him.
He misses your mother terribly. And his love and care for you are the only thing that is stronger than that. I know what I say is not a mystery to you, but it's well guarded for him. He does not wish for you to see that side of him. And he's confused right now.
Yeah, it was pretty rough in there for him. I can only understand. He shoved me away and told me to run before everyone was slain, but he was mostly lucid when we found him, and then we had to go through the swamps and got hit.
We went through the memory fields.
Yeah.
He has not traveled those fields since our discovering of what they do. From your report, he did not relive his own memories, but carefully built walls crumble when you're at your weakest moments. I think he's dealing with things he's repressed for a long time.
Okay, well, I better get back to him and get those reports going. I'll send them over once they're done. Thank you for coming.
He gives you bangs on his chest where the tabard is. He gives you a salute. I look forward to reading the report. And he marches off. You see there are some other banners of soldiers that are accompanied him. His battalion is there with him, like the 5 or 6 men that he had brought deep into the woods. Similarly, like haggard and scarred. They head back in through the Grudstrobes towards town, and leaving you in this space.
Anodia cracks the door open just a little bit to check on her father. Is he still there? He hasn't tried to book it out of the room or jumped out the window?
No, it looks like he has resorted to slumber again.
Okay.
You see he's got his hand on his chest, and the grip has kind of softened for a moment, but the exhaustion just sort of taking him back again.
Anodia goes and she does not enter the room. She goes to find a quiet place a little ways away, maybe in like a supply cupboard or something, just somewhere where she can be by herself alone without any eyes on her. She walks in, closes the door, locks it, and just slumps down against the door, immediately starting breaking down for everything that she's gone through. She essentially just got fired from the only life she's ever known. Like, she grew up doing this job. She's only ever known doing this thing, helping these people, and she's essentially been fired from it. These
laid
are her
off,
people.
but yeah.
Like, these are her people. She's only ever known these people.
Mm-hmm.
She almost feels abandoned, but she knows it's for the best. But she's just absolutely wrecked and sobbing, and she's just gonna stay in there for quite a while. When she's done, she cleans herself up, wipes the tears from her eyes, and goes back to her father's side to write the report that she needs to, and that's where you would find her for the next couple of hours.
Through to the daytime.
Yeah. When her report's done, she sends it off, but she's still there. Morning, air quotes. It's kind of like early evening when everybody wakes up. Time is soupy and is a little flippy floppy because you guys went to sleep at 6 a.m. So it's that weird like sleeping during the daytime and then waking up when things are starting to quiet down. How's that been, Clarice?
Yeah, relatable to some.
This is fine. It's fine when you're used to it and you don't have to be awake at 3 p.m.
You have waking up from your sleep, feeling refreshed, there's still that little bit of lingering of the woods that kind of stays behind. But most of the oppressive feelings and emotions of being in that space are no longer hoisted upon you. Just whatever your own thoughts and emotions are. You feel a little bit of that control start to come back, where it's not as overwhelming or all-encompassing as it is sometimes when you are in the woods itself. But there's that little bit of like aftertaste or twang that you can feel that hasn't fully left. As you guys wake up in this early afternoon. In the Adventurer's Hall, there is a desk that has been brought into the main corridor, and sipping on a little bit of like coffee or tea, you see Anders, Councilman Solmore, is sitting there waiting for people to wake up. He's looking at some paperwork, shuffling it around as there's like a very quiet, like page. Somebody that's holding a number of scrolls or documents for him to look at, and there's just kind of quiet study as you creak the door open.
Can I sneak past him?
He is essentially in the main corridor where your door opens up into. So no, not really. Not without being. I mean, part of you would be shown at the very least. You can book it. Like, no one's stopping you from just hauling ass and breaking through this space, but...
Could I peek through the door and then close it again and go out the window? Is there a window?
I believe... let me see. Let's go back to this map. Yeah, there's windows all on the bottom floor. Give me
I also have
check.
a climb speed, so I could climb out the window and climb.
You're on the bottom floor anyway, so that's fine. I was more or less looking at the bottom floor to see if there was windows and everything. I'm pretty sure there was because, I mean, Gellin was a douche, so of course he had a million windows because more windows meant more wealth.
Of course.
Look at all the glass that I can afford.
Oh my god. That's like the time when the people started getting charged for every window that they had in like England.
Yeah,
So they just
exactly.
bricked over them.
More windows mean more power, which means more influence. Go ahead and give me stealth if you want to try to slip out. $21 is pretty great.
I am a stealthy monkey.
I rolled a nat 20 though.
God damn it.
Why do you get a plus 19?
I don't. I rolled twice. I rolled with advantage.
Gotcha.
You creak the window open very quietly. You bail out the side of the door, or of the window, and you start to slip away. And you hear a voice as you kind of enter into the main thoroughfare. I hate to trouble you, but we do wish to speak before you go. Sorry.
I have a promise to keep. I'll be back.
Are you being truthful?
I am being truthful.
Okay. Do you look at the voice, or are you just like, I got shit to do,
Nope.
I'm gone?
I do not look.
You head on
I am
out.
hoping to go to the market and pick up spices and shit, because I told Jingle that I would cook a meal for them.
All right. You push on out. You say you have a promise to fulfill. No guards pursue you.
And also that I'll be back. I will mention that.
Mm-hmm. You do see that you actually pass through a detachment of guards. They're not really patrolling the place so much, but they are like in the vicinity, kind of around the corner. There's like 3 spearmen that are just kind of chatting there for a moment. But you walk through unhindered, unharmed. No attention even given to you.
Just the way I like it.
Kind of slip into the crowd and make your way into the street.
This is another strange sensation for Flurry, but I have hidden myself in crowds before, so it's unfamiliar familiar.
For Jingle Boris, you would wake up in the stable. On the little table by the entryway is a little basket. There's a little note in there that says, for your excellent work.
How exciting.
No patrols needed today.
No pat rolls? I'm sorry, Boris. No pat rolls today.
It just kind of slumps and he's like, oh, okay.
It's a little basket of fruits and cheeses.
Fruits and cheese and fruit?
Yeah.
Not eggs.
Me and Boris are gonna start in on the food, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm just grumbling that it's not eggs.
Like right in the hallway, on the little table. We're just eating. I have no idea what's going on around us. It doesn't matter. We're just snacking.
Yum 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 yum. You do know it's signed from Anders. You know, he's showing when you have very food motivated people, like the best way to get on their sweet side is to give them what they want, which is like tasty little treats. And I don't know, it's just like
That's true
the
about me
idea.
too, like real life me. Just give me a
Yeah.
snack.
Give me some fruits and cheese, bro. I'll be
Snacks
happy.
are good.
Yeah. It would say like, come have a chat, if you wish to. Come have a chat if you wish to. He assumes that mostly Lena's gonna give him the debrief, but you know, if there's anything that's relevant, he's like, I'm around, basically.
We'll go wander towards him.
I mean, he's sitting where the kitchen, like that leads into the kitchen, so he assumes like.
We're going there anyways, right?
Yeah.
Good for us. We just had our snack. Now we got to go have breakfast.
There's a little bit of like how to smooth over your strange town guardians, and he's very much like, they're not going to come to me. I need to go to them, or at least be accessible. And the only thing that I know where they're going to go is the kitchen when they wake up. So I'll just sit here and do my paperwork until people wake up.
It works.
Lena, you would stir as well, and then see the council member is on the bottom floor. You're in like the second story. You have the kind of the 2 rooms side by side where your brothers stay and where you stay, with like another room on the other side, and for like storage and other things. So each one of you has a room, but like
It's kind of a combined room situation at this point.
yeah,
Like
Algie
those
likes to
hotel
bunk
rooms with the
Ben.
door that opens to the other one.
Exactly. Well, and they like to bunk together because it just feels a little more natural to
Yeah.
share a space, and then that way, like, you have a storage or another bed.
Mhm.
And you know, if Fen eats too many eggs and it's smelly, then he has to sit and he sleeps in the other room. You sleep in the bad room because you're smelly. But opening the door, you would see the council member working, and he would regard you and say, Lena, good morning. Well, evening, technically, but How did you rest?
Better than I thought I would. I am still a little out of sorts from the events of yesterday, but I shall be fine. How can I help you this evening, Anders?
Well, some developments have come my way, and I wish to just interface with my dear adventurers and know how things went and how things unfolded. Successful from what I've gathered so far, but I'm curious if there was anything important from your travel through or your impression of the woods themselves. Just a little debrief, if you would indulge me.
Of course. So it is
Is
the
there-
first time I've been in those woods, so I do not know the normal ins and outs of them, but it was quite an intense experience. There were some, from my understanding, so a not so healthy dryad that had gotten its hands on Miss Enodia's father. We also found Flurry, another individual. Would Lena know who Flurry is, by the way?
No.
Okay.
He probably no.
I
don't
would
think-
say that you might have heard the name,
Yeah.
but Flurry really only comes and goes at night most of the time, so you wouldn't have crossed paths.
Yeah. Lena's very
You
much
would only
day
know
type.
that it was Flurry because Enodia knew Flurry.
Mhm.
Yes. Someone who I guess Miss Enodia also knew. So I'm glad we were able to help that individual. I know we ran into some quite dangerous creatures in the forest. There were these crimson birds. There were a ghastly, ghostly figure. And we ran across these quite dangerous fields that I do not wish to go into at the moment or discuss further.
He gives some nods, and you can see there's some there is genuine compassion with his facial expressions, listening to some of the the horrors of the woods and things. It seems to be like you have been, upon his request, subjected to some pretty terrible things. He sort of nods and do you know if anything was recovered from the woods? Or was it just the personnel that were retrieved?
I have to decide if I want to bring up the fact that Jackson grabbed something or not, because I saw him grab something, but I don't know what it was. I know I personally recovered the head of the corrupted dryad that we encountered and slayed. And she's gonna pull it out of her bag of holding and flop it on his desk. And she'll say, I did see that our that Mr. Paradise also did grab something. I'm not quite sure what it was. You will have to discuss that with him. But I believe that is all that we brought back from the forest. And she's gonna pick the head up and put it back into her bag.
You see, kind of like
pokes it a little bit with his quill, and then like runs a finger on the cheek to just kind of feel it for a moment, and it's like bleh. It's like a little gross, and he doesn't want to touch it.
Yeah, so that was just gonna make her put it back in her bag and just hold on to it now. She's just the head of this dryad.
That is very interesting. I don't know if the druids would care about that. Maybe when the archdruid returns, I'll just let Eden know, and if they think that might be valuable to them, maybe we can collaborate with them on that. Ultimately, do what you wish with spoils of war and that sort of thing. I just want to know exactly like what risks that we had taken and what bounties we may have acquired for going on these ventures. I believe if we can keep that head, I would like to inform the populace of what we have done today. I think it's good to demonstrate our capabilities and the protection that the adventurers provide. And it's always good to celebrate a win.
It is, but
there's one
I
less
do
evil
not,
in the world.
I do not want us to prop up too much that we are fully capable of handling those woods. There are things in there from my experience that say that we need to still stay extremely cautious and not get too cocky with these forests. They are still extremely dangerous.
Yes.
So as long as we are highlighting that on top of the... Though it does not feel much like a victory, we need to emphasize that.
I understand. I am uniquely aware of some of the threats the forest pose. I don't wish to goad them to try to break through our druidic wards, but it's nice when we can have recognition for some of the things that our forces are capable of. Not that I think the populace would discount your service, but you know, some grumbles of some of our members and maybe our expansion of taking in adventurers. I think it's probably at this point Jingle and Boris are rolling through, and this is he kind of just gestures to them.
Your underwear.
It's good to let them know that they're very capable.
Andy.
Indeed.
Jingle, I hope you saw my presents.
I did. We ate it all. Is it time to lose your underwear?
To lose my underwear?
Yeah, the debriefing. Debriefing. Yeah. Losing your underwear.
Yes, we shall lose the underwear of mystery together, my
Fantastic.
friend. Come.
Fantastic. I killed the bitch.
Face palm.
And then we ate his face. And I wanted there was some birds, and I wanted to eat their eggs, but they didn't have any. It was very upsetting. And then we did our pad rolls before we left. Don't worry, I got that done before we left. And what else? Good. There was like your wife was there. I don't know why she was so upset with you, but I think you forgot something. She got lost there. She was really mad at you. You should be careful when you go home next time.
My wife? Okay.
Yeah, your wife. She kind of looked like you. Which I thought was weird. But y'all, all you tall people look the same anyways. It's fine. But yeah, we saw your wife. She was with the birds. I kind of wanted to eat their eggs, but they didn't have any eggs, or so I was told. I think I was lied to.
Boris is sniffing around and like doing circles around Anders until he gets to his pocket and just like starts smelling at like something he's keeping in there.
Boris, pocket food is not your food unless you can get it out without him seeing. But don't worry, Anders. We drank the tree sap on breakfast that your guys made. That was pretty good. Like, I've had worse. I've had Lena's cooking. And then I walk into the kitchen.
Lena's
See,
just
Anders
gonna
is like-
watch her go and glare the whole time. Being like, I could stomp that little goblin into the ground. That's what she's thinking.
I
Boris
don't
is
know
kind
if
of
Boris
eyeing
can have.
Lena.
I don't know if Boris can have chocolate, but here you go, my friend.
Just eats it.
Oh
Makes
yeah,
a
oh
little
yeah, oh yeah.
happy boar dances and starts walking into the kitchen.
Andy. When do we get paid? Tell the other tall, medium-sized lady we want money. Money buys fish and eggs.
Buys any fish and eggs that you desire. Yes, I will make sure you are properly compensated in the morning. We'll have all the monies prepared for you.
Thank you.
You noticed, Lena, there's a little bit of a stark difference. He was very thoughtful in taking notes when you were talking. He didn't write a goddamn thing when Jingle was there. He just scratched a couple of notes, making some additions to the report that you had given. Birds and wife question mark, but like he doesn't have a wife.
Yeah.
he's married to the
Lena's
politics
gonna
kid.
clarify with him what she thinks they meant. She's gonna be like, so I mentioned the birds and the hollowed creature, who appeared to be a woman. She was looking for someone. I don't know who, but I can make myself see where they got confused.
Where's your brothers? We want real food, not your food.
They left for their responsibilities. And she's not going to tell them that they're probably upstairs sleeping right now.
Boo!
Can I assume that Flurry would find stuff at the market and make my way back to the Adventurers Guild with Jingle screaming for food?
Yeah, I think probably like timeline wise, you can hear the very angry, grumbly sounds of the goblin in the kitchen as you kind of approach the back door.
Yeah. I am gonna walk into the kitchen and say, here, I got potatoes and fish and eggs, and I said that I would cook you a meal, so I'm gonna cook you a meal.
Boris's ears perk up at eggs and he's Una! And he starts going over.
It's more weird sensations for Flurry Day, but I'm going to cook as calling up memories from how I was taught years ago.
This might even be better than everyone's cooking. Wait a minute.
I will assign a little task to Jingle of like, here, stir this thing.
Okay, hold on. I'm stirring something. Hold on. Oh, excuse me, baby cat. Hold on.
Partially to keep them doing something and partially to keep them out of the way.
I stirred it real good.
You stirred it so good. It is everywhere now.
Absolutely everywhere.
Almost cracks a smile watching Jingle stir stuff. Not quite, but almost.
Clumsy cooking in the kitchen again. Man.
It's been a long time.
Yep. Athletics cooking, I love that. Super good stirs, bro.
Once everything is cooked, I will give it to Boris and Jingle to eat, and I'll go talk to Anders because I did say that I would be back, and I hate this, but fuck. Yeah.
There's not a crumb left. We are licking the walls.
I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for helping me out.
No worries. Next time you need help, just pay us.
Is food acceptable payment, or do you need money too? Okay. I will cook. I will make you food.
You can also teach Lena because she sucks.
I just like nod. I'm kind of at my cap for talking.
As the
And you hear Boris as you're walking away, just Lena Konnaxgran.
Yeah, Boris, you know. Pat.
I assume Anders is still there.
he is. There's some light conversations with Lena and I think probably the conversation when you're coming in is like, I've been made aware that the young keeper is going to render us some aid for some time in matters of consult. I'd hoped they would be here, but I understand their father is unwell and with the druids at the moment. I don't wish to visit them too hastily. I'm rather excited because this is a new avenue of information to be explored, and there is kind of like looks at you and looks at the door, and then looks at you again, Flurry, as you come in from the kitchen.
I do not say a single word. I just look at him.
Huh.
This is
Welcome.
obviously super uncharacteristic for Flurry. They're not known for coming back.
Welcome to Saltmarsh. I am at the understanding of you were discovered in the woods. Flurry kind of like gestures to Lena and then like looks back to you.
I was with Enodia's father.
And that's your name, or what I should address you as. I just trying to ensure I have things correct. Flurry
Enodia calls me Flurry.
Okay, and that is a designation that is acceptable if I call you that?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I have been made awares from my guardsmen that were here that you wish to stay in Saltmarsh for a time?
I'll hesitate and then nod.
Good. Well, you have been given a key. That room is at your disposal.
I would like to formally invite you to join the adventurers. There can be some conversation about the logistics of things and what duties might be responsible should you wish to join formally. But it is my understanding that you had traveled through and made safe my adventurers through the Dreadwoods and saw them back. And from kind of like gives you a little bit of a look, like from my understanding through some business contacts, you frequent the Dreadwoods often. Some counsel might be well received as we are looking to understand the woods better. If you don't wish to speak to druids or other professionals directly, any information can pass through my teams here. I don't have many expectations. Just welcome. Take your time. If you wish to stay, some conversation could be had. But aid will be rendered here as long as you need rest. Please see me before you leave town to return the key. And that's all for now.
Okay.
You can see he desperately wants to push more, but is reading the room and knows that you spook easy, so he's trying not to overdo it.
Would I pick up on this?
Yes, 100%. Particularly with some information from your background that you have on Anders. He is interested in you, your information, your knowledge, your skill set. He wants to recruit you, but is trying to do it very delicately.
Ask your questions, Councilman.
Oh, well, I've gotten most of the information here from Lena about the things that had happened, but you were in the Dreadwoods. I understand from Kester that you procure hides and such from them, so I'm interested in, well, one, safeguarding my town from the forest, and ultimately trying to deal with some of the forces in there more permanently, if possible. Funding that is my ultimate goal, to have a powerful force here and well equip our adventurers for the purpose. And he's very like blatant about this. I wish to see Saltmarsh sovereign. We are a functioning member of the Kingdom of Keoland. I do not wish to leave the monarchy, but their interests should remain their own interests, and I want Saltmarsh to remain in Saltmarshian hands. Having powerful forces lessens the need to rely on King's men and King's values, so we can maintain our own way of life. So, if that is something that you would lend aid to, either the research and expulsion of the Dreadwoods, and or being a walking force to safeguard innocence and people here, I would welcome you wholeheartedly, full time. Your accommodations would be paid for. There is a stipend for any sort of needs. Adventuring gear is provided where possible. We're trying to expand into magical territory, but some base materials are sometimes needed. This is my excursion into the Dreadwoods. The purpose for this is to locate forgotten ruins and magical objects that were left behind that better may equip the forces of Saltmarsh and my heroes. Excuse me, adventurers.
Sovereignty for Saltmarsh is valuable and within reach. You are a fool if you think you can permanently deal with the Dreadwoods.
He sort of nods a little bit. I prefer to call it
That
a dreamer.
being said, I will help safeguard your civilians.
Claps his hands together. Excellent. I don't sign contracts. There are no bounds or morals or oaths that need to be said. As long as you are here and working towards that goal, you are welcome. The pantry is yours. The warehouses are yours. Stipends are available. Uh, you will not spend a single coin of your own money while you are here. This is the duty of the council. Your collaboration is appreciated. Your insight invaluable. And I wish to see the creepings of the forest pushed back, and I'll cling to that dream, as futile or feeble as it may be. And he smiles at you, just genuine. He actually wants to see that change. He's naive to its actual process or capabilities, but that is his goal.
Flurry will just nod in acceptance of this. If there had been a contract, I would not have signed it. Fuck that shit.
think...
I'm Faye. I know about Faye. I do not sign contracts.
Bro, imagine trying to explain you have to do this because you signed this paper to Jingle. No thanks, man. No
yeah.
Thanks, here, Boar.
I'll be
sign here.
a dozy of my word.
Just a hoof print.
I keep my promises, but no, I'm not signing contracts. So it's good that he didn't try to make me.
No, very intentionally. It's more about the spirit of the agreement and the arrangement than something that requires oaths or contracts or paperwork. Good.
If you would, please keep the pantry stocked with. I'm going to list off a bunch of spices because I assume that I'm going to end up cooking for Jingle a bunch more.
You see that he doesn't write it down, but the page scribbles it immediately on like requisition information of they're very diligently taking notes for the councilman.
Perfect.
All right. You are free from duties for the day. Looking at Lena and back to Flurry. I request, if possible, if it is your prerogative, to interface with the people to demonstrate the willingness to protect them, and it's good for morale. But we have some patrols that are already scheduled between Lena and Jingle. If that is your thing, if you wish to be more covert, I didn't take that from you. You're very like closed off nature. He's like, just you don't really look like a people person. You're a fella of few words. So
yeah, and also like the way that Flurry is like minimizing words.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk that much. I do not deal with people.
Fine by me. There's going to be some hubbub and fuss that we'll throw later on, but the logistics will come through your way. I hope that we will have an opportunity to sit down with a young keeper and maybe explore what some of our options may be. But it is a delicate time, of course, and I do need to check in with our fine entrepreneur. When he is awake, we have a little bit of a meeting all together, maybe in the evening after dinner. Does that sound feasible to everyone?
Yes.
Excellent. I believe for prosperity purposes, I would like to just meet here. So you're dismissed for the day. Please be available in the evening, and we'll reconvene then.
Of course.
Flurry will basically just leave.
As a council member, you can see like this desk wasn't here before, so he had people bring a desk over so he could sit at it. And he's just going to like leave it here for now. Kind of turn to his page and
I think
Oh,
Lena
I
would
did
also try to
wanna-
talk to Flurry, but be too late to catch them.
I'm not moving fast. If you wanted to catch
Well,
up with me, you totally could.
Yes, so Lena's gonna...
Actually, just quickly though, I would like to roll an insight check on Anders. I want to know if he knows who I am.
Oh, give me an insight check. There didn't seem to be the familiar recognition. It wasn't that he was trying to dance around the identity. He just addressed you as someone new.
Good enough for me. But yes, Lena, if you wanted to catch up and talk to me, I just wanted to be out of the presence of the councilman because he's super uncomfortable for me.
Oh. So Lena's gonna catch up to Flurry and be like, we met in the forest the other day, but I wanted to do a more formal introduction. My name is Lena, and if you need anything, please feel free to ask anything of me. I'm more than willing to help in any way I can.
Insight on Lena as well.
$16. What would a 16 get you? If you're unsure, you can roll either one of the charisma checks, insight or deception. But otherwise, just whatever a 16 you think would provide.
Oh, wait, on like what I know?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a read
Okay.
on what sort of person
Yeah.
you are.
I think you would see that Lena is genuinely really trying to help, and that she, you could tell that she has just like a kind of caring nature, and she kind of picked up from the conversation that you may need some help in the future, and she's willing to be helpful if needed. If not, she will mind her business.
Got it. Flurry will respond with, Lena. Yes, I will remember that name. You can call me Flurry. I imagine we will work together.
I look forward to it. Have a wonderful evening.
I will just continue walking.
Introductions made. For Jackson, you wake up in your establishment, starting to get things ready for the evening, doing your bookkeeping and stuff before, like, a lot of the staff arrives. But looking at your sort of entertainment lists, like who's scheduled to perform today and in what order, and kind of getting that sort of busy work done before the business actually opens to the public. One of your bouncers would let you know that, hey Jackson, council members here to see you. If you got a minute, I can bring him back, or if you want to meet him out there. What's better?
That must be Anders. Just bring him in. I was expecting him anyway.
All right, I'll see him in. And a few seconds later, Anders kind of appears. He's got a little bit of hop in his step. He's looking pretty happy, and sits down on the other side of your desk. And so,
Anders, welcome in. What can I bring you?
I've been speaking with the other adventurers. It seems like things went well.
What can I
Horrible,
say?
but
We are
well.
still we are still alive.
The most important part, I think, coming back alive and in one piece. I've gotten most of the report from Lena and Jingle and some of the others. It seems like that Flurry Hadozi is going to be collaborating with us, which is a definite win. Someone who traverses those woods definitely will know a lot of things and dangers. And I'm believing that maybe the keeper that rendered some aid will be collaborating with us. And you see he's like doing the kind of victory handshake, like this is very good. So thank you. I appreciate you going out on a limb and leaving your business at such short notice. This is exactly how I wished for this to unfold.
Anders, anything for you. And I answer the handshake.
Did you find anything good out there? Any mysteries or magic that could be...
You know, Anders, I'm finding a lot of stuff. Did you, by chance, expect us to find anything?
I was hoping. I didn't hear anything about ruins or wizards' towers or dilapidated areas. There's some magical fields, which I don't think would be terribly useful. It sounds like they gave people terrible visions. I mean, memories are kind of interesting to be able to experience, but if it's all negative, bad things, then I don't know if I would want to do that for interrogation purposes or what have you. So that's a bit disappointing, but we have a few leads now on maybe some other magical procurements. A dryad's head? I don't know what we're going to do with that, but I guess Lena has it.
Yeah, seems like the type of souvenir that Lena would get.
Did you find anything good?
Oh, and there's actually plenty. There was like I don't know if you know the legend of the Crimson Bride, but we encountered her. And let me tell you, she has some interesting artifacts on her. Unfortunately, the moment didn't seem right, but yeah, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go back. Other than that, sadly, I haven't found anything. And you know, I always keep my eyes open for like treasures.
Good, good.
Do you
That's
want me
what I
to
was
roll?
hoping to.
Sorry, do you want me to roll a deception?
I do.
Okay. Okay, that's like.
Not great.
Do I
Get a
have to?
reroll,
Do I
though.
have to? Do I have to decide before I use the inspiration?
Yes.
So you're not telling me if that's like a good roll or a bad roll?
It's a 16, so like it's not terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like 20 or higher, definitely like he's not suspicious at all. 16 is pretty good. Like 15 is a benchmark to be like
okay, so
kind of evasive on it, but
okay,
16 is not
okay,
great,
so
but
okay,
good
then
enough.
I go with the 16.
Okay.
And for the future, like 15, you say is like a general good indicator.
Yeah, so basically with DCs, like 10 is an average like normal success for basically anybody. 15 is like usually like, you know, pretty good above average, kind of like expert level difficulties would be there, and then like 20 is the very hard difficulties. 25 is like near impossible, and then 30 above is impossible. If you're trying to like defy gravity, you need to roll 30s or higher sometimes. So 16 is not bad.
Okay, but also follow-up question. If I reroll, do I keep the higher result, or do I automatically get the new roll?
I would say you can take either option for inspiration. If you don't roll
Okay.
better, then it just is 16.
And sorry, I have to ask you another question. Like the inspiration just goes away, right, at the end of the session?
Yeah. So it's basically
Okay.
for you to use during this session.
Okay. Yeah, then I want to roll again.
Absolutely. Now's the time. I mean, 27 is great. Yeah, so the DC, because you had like a familiar relationship with him, to like, you have some trust between the two of you, but there's a lot of like double talk, and there's some like agendas that aren't necessarily shared between the two of you. So 20 was kind of like the DC's that he just doesn't think anything of it and just takes you at your word. So 27, he just takes you at your word. There's no reason for him to even be suspicious of you finding anything, even though like he has information saying that Lena said that maybe you had something. He's not going to push you on it, so he just accepts. He's like, I understand. My hope was that you would be interested in going back, and the prospect of treasures in the future. That is what I like to hear.
Treasures, you know how to pique my interest, Anders.
I
But
wonder.
also,
Go ahead.
And it's like, do I get some kind of payment for the job I've done? I'm just like a little tip or something.
Absolutely. Speaking of, we're actually going to have a meeting here. I know it comes close to the beginning of your door opening, but I hope that maybe you won't make an appearance before it gets too late in the evening. It's after the standard person's dinner time, so after your breakfast, maybe. If you wouldn't stop by the hall, we can have a bit of a discussion, and I believe we're going to have all the adventurers in one place and see maybe where we go from here. I don't think it'll cut it in too deeply into your business. I don't want to impede many days in a row, but maybe we can schedule or plan something.
Yes, you can count on me. Just let me do my thing here, so that everything is going its way, and then I will gladly join you.
Yeah, I think an hour and a half or so from now, we'll regroup.
Sounds delightful.
Excellent. Break a leg. That's what they say, right? As he kind of backs out of the door.
You are like a funny guy, Anders.
You're left to conduct your business work and get things prepared, and whatever you need to before the meetup.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Roof is a day off, so I let everyone know that Roof is not available today, and do some extra assignments for some people, or like some switcheroos. And yeah, after everything is done, I would come to the place, to the meeting.
Excellent. Last stop for the council member, heading to the Druid's Grove. Enodia, you're left with your father for a moment. Sir Eric does come back through to collect the report and says, I have spoken with the council. I have given them the necessary information. The matter of payments and values was one of. It gives you kind of like a mixed look. Seems that your information and collaboration is more valuable to them than coin. So I believe this will be less dire of a situation than the council, our council, has made it out to be. But they haven't demanded large sums of money. Not like they had feared. This is good. This is good news.
They seemed
I will take.
very willing to work matter, so although I had expected the adventurers to want payment, the council members seemed to be more swayed towards collaboration.
It's my understanding that the payments are made via their systems. They have their own. Kind of just shake his head. Bureaucracy is not my strongest suit. They didn't require me to pay any monies or funds. I will not submit any requests, but while you're here, you are to work with them. And I have volunteered your expertise and knowledge as the compensation that they are requiring. So this is your charge.
Well, I thank you for all your help. Eric, I do hope that we meet again under better circumstances, and once Father is more mentally sound, I'll have him reach out to you, at least to let you know that he's off as well. I wanted to thank you for your help, and well, I suppose as is protocol, and I'm gonna take off the Keeper's pendant that shows my rank and status in the, I guess, guild-like circumstances and hand it on over. Since I've been relieved of duty, I no longer get to carry that with me, and just the Keeper's ring.
He takes it. I have left a pigeon. It is aware of the cage. It is aware of our location. This is one that has been trained for communications between me and the Order. I will leave him in your care. You will send me updates. I will send any information back. And I expect weekly communications between us.
I shall do my best. I don't know what they have in store for me, but I will bring him with me on my duties should it require leaving, at the very least.
Once all of this settles, he kind of waves the pendant back at you. You will wear this with honor. Work hard until that honor is returned to you.
Enodia looks around. Are there any other guardsmen around?
Not in the. I think, assuming you kind of come through the door for a moment to see him out, his other members are there with him. There's this like kind of slim gray pigeon that's in like what looks like a wicker cage, but it's kind of like a domed bird cage that are made out of like the thorns of the dreadwoods almost, kind of woven together with the thorns pulled out. And it has like that little tie around its ankle where like missives would be slipped into or tied to. As they come out, the five of them kind of stand there. Sir Eric kind of stands in the middle, and all of them give you a salute. They pound their chest where the tabard is with the symbol. Kind of a show of respect.
I walk up to Sir Eric and go to shake his hand. We grasp at like the forearms. You know, standard military-esque stuff. He would probably pull me into a hug.
Yep.
Knowing that rank says that I cannot. And she basically, Enodia just whispers, "I'll see you later, Uncle E."
Stay strong. You'll be in your books and your scrolls again soon. I know I don't want to do it. And he lets you go. The other guards are just they're a little goofy, being like so serious in that moment, and you can see that like the tension kind of relaxes as they've done their formal duties. And many of them do kind of come up to you and be like, "Waiter, squirt, like, make sure your old man's okay." Very sort of like informal as they normally were.
Yeah.
A pomp and circumstance is dealt with. While you're having this sort of exit, you do see the well-dressed man, the council member, Anders, kind of like sneaking his way in. It's like, "Oh, I don't mean to interrupt. Hello, sirs." And they kind of stiffen up again a little bit, like.
Immediately, we all just back to, oh, there's other people around.
Yeah. There are others around. We must be knightly and professionals again.
Yes.
Sir Eric kind of gives you a nod, like an acknowledgement as the group of them start to head out, and says, "Sorry to interrupt. Partings, as it were. It's my understanding the Archdruid will return in the morrow. And I hoped that they weren't too rough on you. I understand some of the concern of coffers and compensation. There's a lot of stressful things to discuss, but my request is not as dramatic. I had hoped. They seemed to be assuming I would charge large sums of money, and I mean, why we have large sums of money? That's not what we need. So I'm sorry if this is an insensitive time, but I'm eager to collaborate and hopeful that maybe there's some directions that the adventurers may have to look forward to. I have heard, and you see kind of like he's dismissed the scribe and actually has some like a report of his own that he kind of offers to you. I'm aware that
scroll.
Yeah, like a written like debriefing of what had happened. I was hoping you could look that over and check it for accuracy, or if there's any information that may have been gleaned by somebody that's more established in such matters.
I don't even glance at it. I immediately just pull out my own copy of the debrief and go, "Oh, I created one for you as well. I just finished giving one here to Sir Eric, and I figured while I was at it, I might as well make a backup copy."
I like you.
Oh no.
You could tell, like, there was a little bit of glibness to his discussions with you while you were in distress.
Yeah.
But you can see that
I'm calm again.
He's just elated at this moment. There's so many things that are going his way, and you can feel that, like, somebody that has been victorious in something or has had good fortune, that little bit of like glow about somebody, you can certainly like read that on his expression that like he's having a fucking awesome
Yeah.
day.
Things are going up for Anders.
Yeah, this is big W's in Anders camp right now. I will read this over. There's a bit of time. I know you might be. And he kind of like looks at the hut behind you. You might be hesitant to leave this place. I can station guards here, or I can make arrangements for some of the druids to either remain close or keep distance. Whatever would be best. But I would like to coordinate with the adventurers in a meeting today, to possibly discuss future endeavors. If there's a site or a spot that you would like to go and explore, if we are to take another venture into the woods after an appropriate time, because I understand that keepers need downtime to rejuvenate the mental fortitudes or what have you, whatever might be of interest. But I'm eager to plan our next excursion or next steps, if that makes sense. And I'd like to strike while the iron is hot, so that's why I would like to do it tonight, if that is at all possible.
At the mention of what, like, at the mention of another adventure, does Gutenberg start to shuffle at all? Like, is there any indication from my book that it, as it is sentient, has any ideas of what could go on?
I think it would show you. I mean, I imagine, as somebody who has heard about so many endeavors, so many outings and missions, so many mysteries and rumors from the books that have come through, there's so many places you want to go. There's so many places you want to see, and there's
many.
like you've not had the capability of doing so.
Oh yeah.
So under the illusion of, I mean, getting let go from your people and being displaced like this has put you in a bit of a dour mood, but it's in that moment when you interface with Gutenberg that you realize freedom, as terrifying as it is, also gives potential to explore the pieces you couldn't.
She's not been able to go pretty much anywhere. Like, she's been confined to the camp for years. The book flies from the waistband and opens to a page at her discretion there. Which one is it that she sees?
Well, the closest, it would give you like a list of interests or myths that you had heard. I think the closest one to Saltmarsh is the Tower of Xenopus.
Well, now that you mention it, there is this tower that I've been wanting to take a look at that's near here. It's said to hold many great artifacts from a wonderful wizard that used to live in the area, but it's been since abandoned for quite a millennia now.
You say magical words of wizards and ruins and magic, and Anders like claps his hands. Let's do this. Yes. I am excited.
I would like to request for my father, if, oh goodness, I can't remember his name, the tall one that's related to the blue lady, Lena, that helped me. Enodia's horrible with names. She's not used to having quite proper names.
Fenmaris, I believe.
I believe so, yes. I would, if it would be not too much difficulty, have him look over my father along with some of the others.
I will make that request. I will see to it that Council Member Oland has received your request, and I will influx great importance on that individual being assigned to his care.
Oh, beautiful! Thank you. Yep. Let us.
Basically, I know his boss's boss, so I'll go talk to her.
Yeah. The boss boss's boss's boss. Excellent, excellent. And I do believe that since you mentioned the Archdruid is coming back, that my father's care will be appropriately handled. Not that it hasn't been, of course. There's been a lot of uncertainty on how to handle such a case so extreme, I believe.
Give me an insight check.
Okay. Insight. Did it work? No. Oh, doubled. Oh, okay.
Doubled. 18. You see there is a very careful facade, a very careful presentation to Anders.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to like demonstrate that he cares about everyone and that he's in good like relationship. With now the mention of the handling, you see a very like, of course these fucking people didn't do their jobs properly, like wash across his face, like that resignment of like,
Yeah.
of course they didn't. And you kind of realize like it is, he said that he's going to talk to Ida, a council member. Wouldn't it be easier to just petition the Archdruid when they were here to like do this? You realize there's probably some sour relationship that's here.
No, there's no sour relationship with Quinn. Never.
No.
Oh goodness, no, not at all.
I am terribly sorry that this has happened.
Oh no, it's Enodia is used to corporate speak, I would say, and so she's kind of like dancing around the subject of not being mad or anything, but kind of like disappointed.
He's making a very big deal of this, and you can tell like he's not surprised, but he's also like he's going to go be a Karen to her boss. Like
Yeah.
that's the vibe you're getting, is like, I will make sure this is all taken care of and that he'll receive the best care possible. I will speak to Council Member Oland,
God,
and
I'm
I
giving
will
my old self a
ensure.
headache. That's all I can imagine.
Yep. I will make sure this is done post haste, if you so choose. We can also, when he's ready to move, relocate him to the hall so he can be nearby to you. I will make sure that someone from the Druidic Order will come into town and be at his side at all times if that is what is necessary.
Oh no, I believe the grove has great healing energy. I can feel it around me here. It's just a matter of, like I said, this case here, even the keepers would struggle with handling it at such severity. That's why that he must remain here for quite some time. He's not well enough to travel for quite a while.
I understand. You can see he's like maybe a little bit disappointed. He'd much rather him not be here, but
Yeah.
concedes to your better judgment. It doesn't make a big deal out of it. Okay. I will make arrangements. I will go and speak to them now. I believe it's within the next hour or so that we're going to regather at the Adventurers Hall, which is where you have your room key, any of the belongings that you had left there, that you're welcome to keep that room, and we'll reconvene and have our meeting there.
I don't believe Enodia was ever given a room.
You rested for a moment.
Yeah, but was I given an actual room? I don't think I was given a room.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I made fuss about it, so you were given a room. I don't know if you kept the key.
I guess we're finding out.
But they gave you one. Even if you returned it,
I think it was
like,
more of they
that
unlocked an area for me and then like relocked it back up. I don't think I was ever physically given a key due to the distress. I don't recall. I could be wrong.
I think the intention was to give you a key, but it's fine either way. It doesn't matter. All right. Anders leaves, assuming you don't have any other questions and are agreeable to the terms. Yeah, he heads out.
I turn back to Sir Eric, who's still there, and I'm like, I haven't had to deal with one of them in a while.
You see, once he's like out of sight, he gives you that exaggerated like, bureaucracy people.
Yeah.
It's like kind of deflated look, like, oh no. All right. With that, the various strands of influence are coming together for one final meeting place for the next adventure, the next mission for our adventurers, which we'll find out next time.
Pew, 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 pew,
Pew,
pew.
pew. It's 4:30. Let's call it.
I've added the room key to my equipment, but for some reason it won't let me select anything other than like artisan tool for its category. So you're gonna see that, and that's bizarre, but it is what it is.
It's an artisan key.
Yeah. Room key for room and board at Saltmarsh Guildhall is the description.
There we go.
There we
So
go.
then we can discuss the next mission that the adventurers are going to go on next time. Thank you guys for playing.
Thank you
for
for running
Thanks for
this.
having
Thanks
us.
for running
Thank you
this.
for having us.
GG, everybody.
Bye.
Jeez, I set
GG
you
still
free
alive.
into the world. Goodbye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right, folks. Again, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today for our D&D campaign. This was episode 3, I believe.
Yeah.
Make sure that you follow our lovely D&D cast. I just posted everybody down there in the chat there. So we had Jackson, played by Smooth Johnson, Jingle, played by Blueberry Seal, Flurry from Claris, Sir Boris from Lemon, and Lena was played by Gentle. And Druk, thank you so much for DMing, our wonderful Druk Dane DM.
You're welcome.
Oh, you've walked away from your computer. Okay.
It is time for the potty breaks.
Yes. Everybody probably needs to have a potty break, a bio break. Go do that if you have to while we raid out. Alright, so here are some raid messages for you all. The first one is for everybody, the second one is for my lovely subscribers. And yeah, so today is, what's today? Today's Saturday. Man, I'm all sorts of confused because of having Vintage Story this morning and not tomorrow, and then having D&D because I had a nap. So now it feels like an entire day has passed. So I do not have a stream tomorrow, but I probably will have one on Monday. Stay tuned in the Discord for updates on my schedule. Apologies for not updating it the last couple weeks. I've kind of just been in like a weird funk of the mood of the weather changing and stuff like that. You guys know how it is. Mental health is important. Take care of yourself rather than worrying about others, and that's what I tend to do. All right, let's see who we should go raid. Who is online right now? Let's see. Ooh, okay. We got a couple of friends online. Let's see who's just gone up. Everyone's kind of been up for a while. Okay. Well, we're gonna go say hi to Fair Jame. They are playing Played Up. I love Played Up. We're gonna go say hi to them. Make sure you grab one. Yeah, I'm gonna do Fair Jame. We're gonna go say hi to Fair Jame. But if you want to check out Lum Kitty's also a really good homie of ours. I got a lot of people online right now. It's hard to pick when everyone is so awesome and amazing. But yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Fair Jame. They're playing Played Up. I love Played Up. Played Up is great. So make sure you grab one of those raid messages, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
And then you run it.
Got it. And then if you don't need a scrubbing brush, we could do